The Valdrine Galactic Empire had ruled the Andromeda sector for 12,000 years. Their fleets numbered in the millions, their weapons could crack planets, and their dominion stretched across 47 star systems. When they encountered humanity's small colony on Kepler 442b, they expected the usual submission. They received a polite refusal instead. Admiral Korthax read the human response with his primary eyes, while his secondary pair scanned the tactical displays. They dare refuse the Empire? His mandibles clicked in what passed for Valdrine laughter. Deploy the subjugation fleet, make an example of them. 300 warships emerged from hyperspace around the human colony, their weapons primed, their shields glowing with contained power. The humans had exactly one ship in orbit, the UNSC Prometheus, a heavy cruiser that looked almost primitive compared to Valdrine technology. This is Fleet Commander Korthax of the Valdrine Empire. The transmission crackled across all frequencies. Surrender your world, or we will reduce it to ash. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the Prometheus, her dark eyes reflecting the holographic displays showing the massive enemy fleet. Her crew watched her, waiting. She'd fought in the Sol Wars, survived the Titan incident, and pioneered humanity's first faster-than-light combat doctrine. This moment was what every decision in her career had prepared her for. Negative, Commander, she replied calmly. This world is under human protection. You have 30 seconds to withdraw. Korthax couldn't believe the audacity. One ship against 300? Destroy them. The Valdrine fleet opened fire simultaneously, a wall of plasma and kinetic projectiles that would vaporize anything in their path. The Prometheus didn't even raise its shields. Instead, it vanished. Not in the conventional way ships entered hyperspace. There was no spatial distortion, no energy buildup. The Prometheus simply ceased to exist in that location and reappeared 3 light seconds away, behind the Valdrine formation. What? Korthax began, but he never finished the sentence. The Prometheus activated Protocol Omega, humanity's most closely guarded secret. While other species had spent millennia perfecting shields and weapons, humans had focused on something different. Time. Einstein had been right about relativity, but humanity had learned to weaponize it. The Prometheus created a localized temporal field extending for 50,000 kilometers, dilating time itself. Inside that field, the ship operated at a rate 47,000 times faster than normal space. To the Valdrine fleet, the next 10 minutes would pass in an instant. To Captain Chen and her crew, they had 22 days. All hands combat operations, Chen commanded. You know the drill. No mercy, no hesitation. They came to exterminate us. The Prometheus became death incarnate. Its railguns, operating in accelerated time, could fire, reload, recalibrate, and fire again thousands of times between each Valdrine heartbeat. Its missiles, primitive by Valdrine standards, became unstoppable when they could maneuver and adapt at speeds that made them effectively prescient. Chen walked her bridge as a conductor leading an orchestra of destruction. Target their command ship first. Missiles pattern Delta 7. Railguns focus on propulsion systems. In the frozen battlefield, the Prometheus danced between enemy vessels like a ghost. It fired, repositioned, fired again. Each shot was calculated by AI systems that had subjective weeks to analyze shield frequencies, armor composition, and structural weaknesses. The humans didn't just attack, they dissected. Korthax's flagship, the Pride of Valdrine, died first. 16 missiles struck its shield generators simultaneously, collapsing them. Railgun slugs traveling at 0.3 C punched through the hull like paper. The ship broke apart in what would appear to observers as instantaneous disintegration. Chen felt no satisfaction, only grim determination. 299 targets remaining. Continue engagement. The crew worked in shifts, sleeping in rotations while the ship systematically eliminated the entire fleet. They ate meals, played cards during downtime, held briefings to discuss tactics. Outside their temporal bubble, the universe remained frozen, unaware of the surgical precision with which an empire was being dismantled. Lieutenant Ramos, the weapons officer, looked haggard after subjective days of continuous operations. Captain, we're down to 53 enemy ships. Ammunition reserves at 40%. Maintain current engagement pattern, Chen ordered. We finish this. By subjective day 19, the last Valdrine vessel was destroyed. 300 warships reduced to expanding debris fields. The Prometheus had suffered minor damage. some scorched hull plating from a lucky shot that connected during a field fluctuation. 43 crew members were injured. 0 fatalities. Chen stood before her exhausted crew. You've just accomplished something that will echo through history. Humanity will never be threatened by the Valdrine again. Once we drop the field, remember, to everyone else this lasted seconds. Let them wonder. Let them fear. She returned to her command chair. Collapse the temporal field. Restore normal time-space. The universe lurched back into motion. On Kepler 442b, colonists who had been watching the initial attack saw something impossible. One moment, the Valdrine fleet was firing. The next, their weapons simply stopped. Every single enemy ship simultaneously exploded in brilliant cascades of light, as though a vengeful god had snapped its fingers. The Prometheus hung alone in the debris field, utterly untouched. Across the Empire, admirals and generals received the sensor data from automated reconnaissance drones. They watched it repeatedly, trying to comprehend. 300 ships, 1 human vessel, engagement time 0.0047 seconds, no transmissions, no explanation, just absolute total annihilation. When the Empire's High Council convened an emergency session, they made their decision unanimous and immediate. All human territories were to be designated as forbidden zones. No Valdrine ship would ever approach a human world again. Korthax's replacement, Admiral Vekrin, studied the footage one final time before filing it in the Empire's deepest archives, marked with the highest security classification. The file's title read simply, "The Night We Learned Humans Don't Fight in Our Time." On the bridge of the Prometheus, Captain Chen allowed herself a small smile as they prepared to jump to hyperspace. Humanity had learned long ago that the universe didn't care about fair fights. The message was sent across every quantum relay, every subspace channel the Empire possessed. 3 words that would define human-Valdrine relations for the next 1,000 years. We warned you.